What's up my bombshells? My name is Amira and welcome to the video. For today's video, the topic is going to be Disney's live action remake, Mulan. Now, I'm going to actually kind of go into a more general discussion, but I'm using Mulan as the basis for this topic. As you guys are fully aware, if you're not quite sure, but due to this worldwide horrible, just frustrating, confusing, not enough negative adjectives in the dictionary, pandemic, a lot of entertainment type events have been canceled or just postponed till further notice, which includes movies and going to the movie theater to watch any new film. Now, there are theaters that are open currently showing older movies. That's one thing. But there were big box office films that were supposed to be coming out this year that basically just kind of put the hold on themselves because of the pandemic, and there has just been a lot of back and forth of knowing what exactly they were going to do. So we've seen some dates get extended, then we've just seen the dates completely disappear, and one of the movies that were on that schedule was Mulan. Now, it comes to find out they finally have a solution. I wasn't really quite sure where they were gonna go with this. I kind of thought that maybe it was just gonna stay on the back burner for a while. I know that a lot of the live action remakes make Disney a lot of money. Therefore, they want to make the best money, they want to make the best showing of the film. So I was just kind of thinking maybe they were just gonna hold on it. If there was any film I kind of saw possibly going to maybe Disney Plus was Black Widow. No offense to anyone that's really excited for it. I just personally don't see much hype for it. Even just as far as like shopping, when I shop for like movie premieres, Black Widow stuff was like very far in between, and they went out of the stores like really quickly. So to me, I just don't feel like there's a lot of promotion or hype for that film. Mulan, on the other hand, I feel like there has just been a lot of talks about it since it was announced that it was even going to be made. So something like that to me, there was a lot of careful planning of how they were going to show it. But they decided Mulan is going to be the film that you can stream on Disney Plus. Yay or nay? Personally, I am a bit surprised that they are going to go straight to streaming. I've accepted it until I found out the exact facts of it all. It is going to be available to stream on Disney Plus September 4th. However, for like $29.99. I am not sure if that's the exact price. I know it's basically $29, which I find completely and utterly ridiculous, because not only do you have to pay the fee to see the film, you must have Disney Plus in order to see it. So if you do not have Disney Plus, you are now having to subscribe to the streaming service and then pay for the $29 on top of it. Now, if you already have the service, you still have to pay the $29. So it just feels like, where is this number coming from? Why do we have to pay this extra fee, especially one so high? I know that some movies that were supposed to come out this year have kind of gone through this wavelength where they have decided to stream themselves from the comfort of your own home. You can rent them, buy them, no, pretty much rent them, and you're paying like $19.99 for them. Like the Scoob movie, which I particularly waited till it was free on HBO to watch it. I was not trying to pay $19.99 for that kind of movie. I can understand maybe why the number occurs, like think about how much money you spend in a movie theater. But if you're someone like me who sometimes go to the movies alone and you're kind of a cheapskate who doesn't buy theater popcorn, no, I'm sorry, I don't spend $19.99 to go to the movies. So therefore, I'm not really trying to spend $19.99 to stream it in my living room. So I was already feeling some type of way about those numbers. Now moving forward to Mulan, and it's gonna be $29, I mean, just wow. So I don't really particularly feel like this is the smartest move of Disney's. Not that I believe Disney makes a lot of smart moves, quite frankly, but I feel like they thought that this was some sort of ploy to get more subscribers to their subscription service. But if you were going to do that, if the main goal really is to get more subscription subscribers, why make the price that high then? You could be earning your money by earning more subscribers and just making it worth it by making the movie at a lower cost. I don't see anyone being like, oh my gosh, I want to see Mulan so much, let me go ahead and subscribe just so I can pay for it. Like, you're not gonna get a lot of people that are gonna feel that type of way. So I kind of want to bring up the discussion of just where is the idea of watching movies going? You know, we don't see a lot of improvement happening in our country right now, and I don't think we're really going to be seeing a lot of major improvement for a while. Therefore, watching movies, it's going to take some time until they decide that it is hopefully possibly safe enough to watch it in theaters again. Possibly, hopefully, who knows? I can't predict the future. None of us can. We don't know. But I do know movies have always been a really big part of my life. I love them. I love watching them, studying them, memorizing them. I'm obsessed with them. And so to think that I could possibly not be able to have my movie theater experience where I'm buying my tickets for the premiere and showing up and dressing up and getting to enjoy it and, you know, the big atmosphere, it really sucks and it's really sad, but I just wonder what is the answer. I don't know if the answer is streaming services. Maybe it is. You tell me in the comments below if that is something that doesn't bother you so much. For me, it's not a huge bother, but it's a disappointment. I do definitely go watch movies in the theaters for the whole experience. I like the sound, I like the screen. I feel like I can really pay attention to a movie when I'm in a theater. I have to admit, when I'm at home watching something, I can easily get a little bit more distracted where I'm like, oh, I'm too cold, let me change the air. Oh, I want a snack, let me get up. Oh, let me check my phone. There's just so many different distractions that I feel like I can't really fully enjoy the film. So this is reason why I go to the theater. So to think that that could possibly not be the way I watch movies anymore, it just really sucks. And I don't know if drive-ins are the answer. I don't know if movie theater, but just separating people is the answer. Probably not, considering how much money that they've earned for movies before and how much they still want to make. And I don't really see them being like, oh, let me take this huge deficit and just put it in theaters but not expect that many ticket sales because we're having to only sell like 6 seats per theater or whatever the case is. So I want to open up this discussion to see maybe what your thoughts and ideas were for movie experiences and where do you think it's going to go, and do you think there's a solution, or do you think maybe we just have to kind of put a pause on it until things get better? I don't know. I know there are a lot of films that are still kind of putting the brakes on things and have either made a date for next year or even just later in the future. You know, they talked about the Star Wars movies being postponed, Avatar movies, there's A Quiet Place 2. So I do know that there are a bunch of films that are hopeful but definitely taking their time. Disney seems to be one, on the other hand though, that they had some films to release this year and I think they just want to get the movies out there. Just because they did, I'm not really fully still understanding why Mulan is on Disney Plus. At least it's not for the price that it is. I just think it's really unfortunate. I guess also their point is that you're technically buying the movie because so long as you still have the subscription service, you get to keep watching the movie. If you no longer have the subscription service, you don't get the movie anymore. So there's just a lot of things that I feel like they're really not thinking about the people. I think they're trying to do whatever is going to save their necks and save the money that they spent making the movie, which to me is not smart business. You should never think about yourself and your profit first before you think about your audience. But I'm just a marketing nerd, so that's just where my head is going to go, that they should be thinking about the audience and their experience and what are people actually willing to pay for this movie. There already was a huge controversy over Mulan since they announced that they were making it. Once we found out that there was going to be no songs, no Mushu, we had a new villain. She's going to have I think it's a sister. There were so many different changes that was sparking controversy. Then there is some controversy behind the actress herself that is playing Mulan. I don't fully know the details of it, so I'm really not going to get into it. But just knowing that there was already all these little things picking at your movie on the possibility of how many people were going to see it to begin with, I think you're just really, you're pulling a final blow by being like, let's charge you $29 to now watch the film. I just think it is just absolutely ridiculous. And I really hope this doesn't continue to be the trend of how movies go from this point on. I am gonna see Mulan. I've been wanting to see it. I don't think it's a realistic price, but I am going to pay it just because I do tend to do movie reviews over on my website, and I have been wanting to watch it, and it is one of my favorite all-time Disney movies of all time. My favorite princess is Jasmine, but technically since Mulan wasn't a princess, she couldn't be my favorite, so she was just my favorite film. So I am going to watch it, but I wouldn't recommend, sorry, there's crows a little bit crazy today. I personally wouldn't recommend. I'm hoping they might still change their mind, but I don't know, considering a trailer has already been released that it is going to be on Disney Plus on September 4th, but it just says additional fees are going to apply. So technically, I don't know, they might still have time to change the price. And I don't know if they're gonna do what like the Scooby-Doo movie did, where it still is gonna eventually be free. I don't know entirely for sure, so there might be a possibility of just waiting it out. But I'm just gonna leave it up to you guys in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts of where movies are going, if you're okay with this. What do you think about what they're doing for Mulan? Were you excited to see the movie? Are you indifferent to it? Just let me know. Also, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. I do have more content over on my blog website, where I tend to write a lot more content versus shooting videos. Especially in this pandemic time, it's a little bit harder for me to get content out just because everything I kind of had planned was based off of events that are now canceled. So there's only so much I could possibly do with that, but I also just have a lot of other things going on. But I do try my best to push as much nerdy, gaming, fashion content as I possibly can, but that is mainly going to be on my website. If you want to go check it out, it's bombshellgamingstyle.com. If you go over there, you can also subscribe on that website, and you'll get notified every time I post new posts up there, including when I post videos on my YouTube channel. You can also follow Bombshell on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'll put the handles here and down in the description below, so please go follow me on there. And I also let you know when I have new posts up. And until next time, my bombshells, bye. Crow says bye too.